Hi, I'm Paula and this is my daughter Kristy. We have lived in Tauranga for about 4.5 years. Kristy has four brothers and three sisters, and they're all grown up. So there's just Kristy and I that lived in Tauranga. Kristy has Wolf-Hirschhorn syndrome as well, and she's autistic. We found out when she was about 5.5 months old about that she had this condition, and it was pretty scary to find out that your daughter was had a disability. It was, yeah, and we've had many challenges as far as the things that she's been through. You know, she's had open heart surgery, she's had corrective surgery done on her feet as well. So yeah, there's been lots of challenges in and out of hospital, but on the whole she's a very healthy girl. So she has no medication as far as the, you know, her disability, but it's still quite challenging. We went through a lot of very challenging times when through puberty, as her hormones hit in, and we had a lot of quite, we will say violent behaviour, where she couldn't express the way she felt, and it was yeah, a lot of frustration that went on. So there was those years in between say 10 and say 20 were very challenging as far as the way she was. But she's a lot calmer now as a young lady. We have been with Manawanui for about 18 months, and we went on enhanced individualised funding then. It was through Daniel Ortiz that actually helped us, well, convinced us it would be a good idea and how beneficial it would be. So we did that, and we employed another staff member before our current one, Shema, and she was working 10 hours a week for us, and I think that was good for us because it gave us an opportunity after trying a few other service providers. With Manawanui we actually do payroll, which has been really helpful because there's no way that I could do all that hard stuff. I think if I'd been trying to work out all of that myself, I wouldn't have gone through with the funding that we have now. It's been very helpful to actually have an organisation that actually covers all of those sorts of things as well. When you're, it's enough at times to actually be dealing with your young adult yourself without actually having to work out all the finances of things as well. So it's been very, very helpful to have them to do that. They're always extremely helpful when you ring up about a situation that you may have, so I found that good. Support Net, where they actually deal with our money and everything like that, they had actually spoken about Manawanui and some of the opportunities and the services they would provide for us. So it gave us an opportunity to think about did we want to actually use them in any way. And then when Daniel came on as our life coach, he spoke more about it, and that was why we finally went ahead with that. It was pretty scary before we started doing IF. We found that Kristy coming out of school, she was very anxious about a lot of things, and we did have her, we were using a service provider for about 10 days, and that just turned into an absolute mess because her anxiety just went through the roof. She was she was home for about 8 months with me, where I did home-based programs with her, and that was exhausting for me. And then we tried another service provider, and you can't always get the staff that are suitable for Kristy. You just have to take what you're given. So that has been that was quite difficult to actually through that period of time. But I've found that having this funding that we have now, you can actually choose your staff, which has been amazing. You don't just get the staff that when you have a service provider, they just said, okay, that's the person that you're going to actually be working with. And So now we've got Shamar that has been with us for the last over a year now, and it's been great. It's just been absolutely amazing. We've had opportunities where we've been able to, Shamar's very flexible with the hours that she gives us as well. She's working for 32 hours a week, but yeah, she's very, very flexible. Sometimes she will take Kristy in the weekend and do something amazing with her. She doesn't always need to take me with her. Sometimes we go out as a family because Shamar has become family. We had an amazing beach holiday in Matarangi in January, and it was the first holiday that I really had a holiday, but we all had such a fantastic time together. So that's probably one of the things that has been good for me, because it's enabled me to actually have a life as far as doing some stuff for myself as well, but having somebody in Kristy's life that really cares for her and wants the absolute best for her. I've seen that how Shamar has really stretched Kristy as a person as well, because they're actually the same age. So she's doing things age appropriately, which I think is important as well. But can't say enough about Shamar and our work that we have. Yeah, finding staff can be very challenging, and I know that bringing Shamar into our life was just right. So that's been amazing. So we have the same sorts of things as the goals that we're setting. One of the things that we actually do with Kristy, and Shamar has taken it on board as well, is Kristy learns reading and writing through the scriptures. Kristy has found reading something that she's not enjoyed. But I was doing work with her before Shamar came on board, but Shamar has taken it to a whole new level, and she has used her teaching skills to, which I haven't got, to actually sound out the words and everything like that. Probably the best thing about both our lives is that we have a great life. We're really enjoying actually both of us actually maturing in areas and being stretched in areas that I didn't think that I could be stretched in, and Kristy as well. Having Shamar working with us, that I can go off and do some things that have actually helped me grow as a person and do some things for myself. And I've seen Kristy mature in ways that have just been such an eye-opening, amazing blessing for us to see her doing things that I never thought that she would do. Like Shamar's very interested in actually exercise and her well-being, and which I take seriously as well. And they have probably tramped all the tramps around Tauranga since she's been with us, so that's been amazing. But yeah, most important is that we have a life, and Kristy is, yes, she's thriving. She's absolutely thriving.